Where can you find iconic handbag styles from some of the most talented new designers? At baglady.com, they have women's handbags from totes to crossbody bags, shoulder bags, wallets, wristlets, and backpacks too. Stylish hand-selected bags in vegan leather, canvas, and crocodile prints. Get 10% off right now using the exclusive Nicole's View 10 discount code. Go to baglady.com, that's bag, B-A-G, lady, L-A-Y-D.com for beautiful bags and affordable prices. Baglady.com, details in the description box. Make sure to stop by the website BlackArtTees, only on Etsy.com. 100% Black and female owned. We proudly create uniquely beautiful natural hair art t-shirts and African-inspired products. We don't do cookie cutter. Want the same old, same old? We ain't the one. Want to stand up and stand out while doing it? Let BlackArtTees be your voice to tell the world that you are Black and unapologetically. So, be bold, be fierce, be you, naturally. Be heard without saying a word. Make sure to stop by the website BlackArtTees, only on Etsy.com. Details in the description box. Check out the book Grandaddy by author Cavis Adams. Grandaddy is a close-up view into the distant past and back again, a stream of generational consciousness that slows to show the story of a lone Black family in white America, from the fiery era of sharecropping in the South to the deathly cold industry of the modern North. The reader will migrate in heart and mind along the span of 3 generations, finding ourselves finally close to how we came to be today. As lived by a lone family torn between time and place, this book tells the closer story of a greater reality, that of the Great Black Migrations, from a racially segregated South up to the equally fragmented northern states, and what was lost by a people along the way. Make sure to check out the book Grandaddy. Details in the description box.
Hey everyone, Ted Oberg in the ABC 13 newsroom. We're talking about the new laws in Texas that go into effect on September 1st, just a couple weeks from now. Every other year after the legislature meets, September 1st is usually the day when all sorts of new rules and laws go into effect here in our state, and there are just a few ranging from the serious to the silly, and let's point some of these out. One of the biggest ones that we're talking about today is the new rules regarding sexual assault, rape kit tests. They now have to be conducted within 90 days of receiving the evidence, and in an unsolved case, those kits now have to be saved for 40 years. This has been a perennial problem in Texas with evidence not getting tested. This continues to try and strengthen some of those rules. Some age requirements now going into effect. People will have to be 21 years old to buy cigarettes. You'll have to be 18 years old to buy cough syrup. Now another one on hazing. Universities now required to keep a lot more information about hazing and how serious it is, about how often they have to report it. The other thing is there's immunity from lawsuits for whistleblowers, for people who report hazing incidents. Postpartum depression, the state now taking a serious look at that and requiring a 5-year strategic plan, in their words, to improve access to postpartum depression screening, referral, treatment, and support services. It's a sort of interesting one, and something that's probably long needed here in the state of Texas. Drivers who've had their licenses suspended can now get them reinstated if they pay their fines. The driver responsibility program goes into effect on September 1st. It requires Texans convicted of certain traffic offenses to pay an annual surcharge. Alcohol can now be delivered by companies like Uber Eats or so forth from restaurants or bars that have a mixed beverage permit. They can deliver some of that, some beer and wine, I believe, to your house. Brass knuckles are now off the list of prohibited weapons. So apparently now in Texas you can carry a set of brass knuckles. It's an interesting one. Didn't realize that was a problem that we had in Texas, that those needed to be illegal, but nonetheless, that's something starting on September 1st. And then lemonade stands are no longer criminal enterprises in the state of Texas. We've seen the problems sometimes with people reporting children's lemonade stands and not having permits and so forth. Starting September 1st, a bill that came out of the Texas House sort of legalizes, or at least keeps neighborhood associations and municipalities from blocking or regulating children under the age of 18 from trying to sell lemonade on their private property. So save your dollar, hit a lemonade stand. September 1st is one of the laws that goes into effect on that day. We'll see you soon.
Hey guys, welcome back to Nicole's View. So, for those of you who reside in the state of Texas with me, if you don't know, you need to know. These are just some of the new laws that took effect Sunday, which was September 1st, okay? These kind of things I want to keep on top of because I live in Texas. I live in the city of Austin, but I live in Texas, okay? And I know there may be a lot of you who do live in Texas as well, in other cities or towns, and these are just some of the things you should know, and pass these along to folks who may possibly want to move here. Like I said, no matter where you are in this country, there are pros and there are cons, okay? And in Texas, you know, sometimes it's just a reminder that, yeah, I live in this damn state. Okay, like, this is where I live. You know, this is where I was born. Like I said, moved to New Jersey several years ago, experienced the East Coast for what it was, and we moved back last summer. And since, you know, being out here, being back a year now, a year and a month or so, and to just see the foolishness already, you know, these devils running amok. First you had El Paso, went and shot up all those folks at that Walmart, and then just this weekend in Odessa, I have family or a cousin that lives in Midland, and she just so happened to be driving back to Lubbock, where I was actually born. I was born in Lubbock, Texas, West Texas. So I know these areas, okay? Very, very scarce, you know, people, but not like a lot of people, like a big city like Houston, Dallas, or Austin, okay? These little towns and stuff like that. Yeah, these are the areas you have to be careful. I mean, you have to be careful anywhere in this damn country, but when you start going in these little towns and and you're driving through these little, maybe 100 or 500 people living, 1,000 people, you always got to watch your back, okay? And, you know, this governor here, Greg Abbott, for those of you who don't know, yeah. Anyway, but he's handicapped. He is in a wheelchair. And I tell you, he stays lockstep and key with Republican values, okay? White Republican values. Every blue moon, you may see something that he might do that's worth a damn, but for the most part, it's just the same old, same old, same old, okay? Okay, so here are some of the laws that the Texas Tribune wanted to highlight. Over 820 new laws went into effect this past Sunday, and here are some of them. So the 2020-2021 budget, the state's two-year budget calls for spending roughly $250 billion on priorities, including public school funding, teacher salaries, and early childhood intervention programs. The Born Alive Act. This law, House Bill 16, requires doctors to treat a baby born alive in the rare instance of a failed abortion attempt. So, if you know anyone who has an abortion tries to have an abortion, and let's say the abortion is botched, I guess that doctor has to make sure that that baby is sent to the nearest hospital to be saved. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay. That's another way to get around abortion. Let's see, the new smoking age. This law, Senate Bill 21, will raise the age to buy tobacco products from 18 to 21. So now you have to be 21 in the state of Texas to buy cigarettes. Although we need to be pushing our young folks not to even buy those cancer sticks anyway. But for those who already use them, they got to be 21. Defunding abortion providers. Once again, this measure, Senate Bill 22, will prohibit state and local governments from partnering with agencies that perform abortions, even if they contract for services not related to the procedure. Okay, folks? So, once again, more of that, the pro-life, stuff. Let's see, the performance abortions, even if so they're going to basically defund. So even if you go, let's say, to a Planned Parenthood, you may not be going for an abortion. You just may be going like, I need a checkup. I need, I just need to be, my annual. I need a breast exam. I need a pap smear. I need this and that and the third. Well, wherever you may go, if that place offers abortions, basically they will help to take resources away, defund it basically financially. So you may have to go somewhere where they maybe don't, so you can get the best quality care. This is Texas, this is the punishment. If you don't have the money for health insurance, I mean, this is the stuff they don't think about. I mean, it's demonic. Yeah, I may not agree with abortions, but at the end of the day, folks are going to do what the hell they want to do. All right. So what am I to say? It's just like folks who may be gay. People are going to do what they want to do. Anyway. So another law, no more driver responsibility program. This new law, House Bill 2048, will eliminate this much maligned program, which critics say traps low-income Texans in a cycle of debt. It had survived past attempts to kill it because money from fines help funds the state's emergency trauma care system. This bill offers alternative funding sources for trauma care. New rules for female inmates. House Bill 650 makes a series of changes to state law that are designed to make state prisons more accommodating to female inmates. The bill will ban the shackling of pregnant women, require a trauma screening of each incoming female inmate, and require the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to study the effects of visitation policies on women and their children. Okay, I guess that's somewhat nice. Here's another one, just goes to show you and remind you that if you live in Texas, here you go. Free speech on campus. So Senate Bill 18, filed in response to concerns that conservative voices were being stifled on campus, requires schools to allow people to engage in expressive activities in outdoor common spaces. So in other words, we're just going to let these races be more comfortable. That's what I see when I read that. I'm not going to say that all conservatives are racist, but So FYI, if you are a black college student out here in Texas, and you may go to some of these universities where it's not a lot of you, just know that this is a part of the new plan. All right, another one, an attempt to stop telemarketers. Starting this past Sunday, telemarketers will be banned from calling Texans using fake numbers that show up on the recipient's caller ID. Okay, I like that. I'm all right with that because these damn telemarketers are out of control. Fighting surprise medical bills. Senate Bill 1264 aims to prevent Texans from being hit with surprise medical bills when their health care provider and insurance company can't agree on a payment. The measure ushers the disputes into a state overseeing arbitration process, keeping patients out of the fight. Okay. Lemonade stands. Neighborhoods and cities will no longer be allowed to enact regulations that block or regulate children trying to sell non-alcoholic drinks like lemonade on private property. Support for this new law grew after police in the east town of Overton reportedly shut down a lemonade stand by two young siblings who were trying to earn money to buy a Father's Day present. Okay, so basically, your kids are safe and are okay to sell lemonade. All right, fine. The right to pump breast milk. Starting Sunday, Texas will make clear that women can pump breast milk wherever they want. Previous law allowed breastfeeding anywhere but didn't specify pumping. So if you are a working mother or wherever and you just need to pump, you can pump anywhere, basically. I have no, opinion on that here or there. Good. Carry your handgun during a disaster. So House Bill 1177 will allow people to carry their handguns even if they are unlicensed in the week after the governor declares a natural disaster. So, what does this mean? More of these devils are just going to get more guns and start shooting up people. Let's just be real. That's what they're going to do. They take advantage of stuff like this. And they allow it. So, seller's disclosure for houses in a floodplain. Senate Bill 339 expands the rules for selling property to require disclosures when a home is in a 500-year floodplain, a flood pool, or in a near reservoir. They must say whether the home has flooded in a catastrophic event. Okay, that sounds good. And no more stealing packages. Thieves who steal packages from people's front porches will start facing stiffer penalties. Penalties range from Class A misdemeanor to a third-degree felony, depending on the number of addresses mail is taken from. Okay, I can deal with that. You shouldn't be stealing folks' stuff. And another one, let's see if I can go back here. Hold on, guys. I got to move this recorder because it just blocks me from switching over and whatnot. So another one that also goes into effect is brass knuckles, which the reporter talked about in the beginning of the video. Brass knuckles and other self-defense items will be legal or are legal now. New laws make it easier for college students to avoid taking classes that won't transfer. So college students out there. After Harvey surprised thousands with unexpected flooding, new laws aims to better inform home buyers. Okay. Oh, here's another one that gets on my damn nerves. Lines to get driver's license are long, and Texans are skeptical. More money will help. So basically, y'all already know that the DMV is a freaking nightmare. I still need to update my license. I still need to. But the damn lines are so long, I don't want to be sitting there all day. So I got to do that tomorrow. And what else? Oh, the one that I really wanted to speak on is this. Now, I'm sure most of you by now have heard about this. I remember when my friend, shout out to Kia, she was like, did you hear this in your neck of the woods? So if you don't know, if you don't know, please let these young folks know. Please let these young men know, these young women know, especially our young black kids and teens and young adults. Please let them know about this. Okay? A new Texas law criminalizes sending unwanted nudes. Okay? Lawyers say it might be difficult to enforce. Okay? So the law will make the electronic transmission of unwanted sexually explicit material a Class C misdemeanor, but legal experts worry it could be written too broadly under the First Amendment to be effective. Okay, so this is what some of the lawyers are saying here. The law sounds to be too vague, but we all know how these folks are trying to fill up this prison system and have you with so many misdemeanors and so many warrants and all that crap. This is what they're doing. Okay, so instead of finding ways to get these damn devils from shooting up everybody, shooting us all up in the state of Texas, this is what they're worried about. Okay. Yes, I get it. Everybody does not want to see nudes, okay? I get it. But at the same damn time, every time you turn on your damn TV, every time you get on the internet, you're going to see some ridiculous crap, okay? You're going to see some debauchery. You're going to see someone nude, someone shaking her ass, someone doing something. So this law is like, really? What are you trying to accomplish here? You know, so this says that a few years ago, Dallas resident and mother Brandi Davis was re-entering the online dating scene. Here we go. After matching with a seemingly nice man, the two exchanged phone numbers. Then one afternoon, while Davis was at work, the man sent her an unrequested nude photo of himself. Okay, I remember thinking, if this is going to come unexpected like this, it could come at a time when my son has my phone. Davis testified during a May Senate hearing. I was appalled because nobody should be subjected to that. Okay, that I get. If your kids has your phone or whatnot, that's not cool. But still and yet, I have an issue with this because the law is too vague. Okay, so it says House Bill 2789, signed by Texas Governor Greg Abbott in May, aims to put an end to experiences like Davis. The law goes into effect September 1st, which was this past Sunday, and makes the electronic transmission of sexually explicit material a Class C misdemeanor with a maximum $500 fine. Then the recipient hasn't provided consent. The law will make Texas one of the first states to take a stand against sending sexually explicit images, which about 40% of women report receiving without consent. The law won't apply to just texts, but also to what's sent over platforms like email, dating apps, and social media. So, folks, okay, if you have young folks, hell, adults, you old folks, if you live in the state of Texas, or hell, if you're sending someone nude photos of yourself, hell, you can live in Michigan. If that person resides in Texas and they say, oh my God, you sent this to me against my will, she can take that, or he can take that to the nearest police department, and you could have charges put on you. So please let it be known, folks. Please know this. You have to know what these folks are up to. Representative Morgan Meyer, a Republican out of Dallas, who authored the bill, said as a father of three, he wanted to prevent a form of sexual harassment that previously went unchecked. The bill, he said, aims to close a gap in state law. Indecent exposure is a crime in person, but not online. Okay. Quite frankly, the thought of someone doing that to one of my children scared me. Meyer said there had to be some sort of deterrent to stop this from happening, and now there is. Meyer said representatives from Bumble, the mobile dating app headquartered in Austin, initially brought the idea of crafting the bill to him during a May 13th Senate committee hearing. Bumble CEO Whitney Wolfe Herd testified in support of the legislation. Lately, it feels like men and women are being told that this increasingly common problem is really no big deal. Women in particular are expecting to laugh this sort of thing off, Herd testified, but there's nothing funny about it. So, like I said, let me see. But this, with a staggering volume of people affected, Dallas employment law attorney Michelle McLeod, whose firm represents clients in sexual harassment cases, said enforcement could be challenging with limited resources. J.T. Morris, an Austin-based attorney whose firm specializes in First Amendment rights, said difficulties may also arise if an accused sender claims he or she wasn't the one who sent a lewd message. True. This is what I'm talking about. It gets kind of like gray. That situation played out in the Texas Senate last year when state Senator Charles Schwartzner was accused of texting sexually explicit messages to a University of Texas at Austin graduate student. Schwartzner denied the allegations, saying he hadn't sent the text, and a UT investigation found it was plausible a third party had sent them. See, this is crazy. What if you meant to send this nude photo to your husband, wife, whoever, and it goes to someone else by accident? Like, see, this is what I'm saying. Or a sexually explicit photo. What if you have the wrong number? What if, that person maybe changed their number and they didn't know? I mean, there are so many ways this can possibly go wrong and how they go about it, but we'll see. But yeah, and it just kind of goes on and talks about the lawyers and how the law is sketchy. It can be gray at times and whatnot. But yeah, anyway. But those are some of the things that we, especially black folks, we have to be mindful of. The gun laws are getting even more lax here in Texas. So just expect more mass shootings. I'm just going to tell you right now. Expect more of them. They're making it even more lax. I read somewhere that Governor Greg Abbott said, he is going to push to, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, but he's going to push to basically, I guess this is supposed to like help curve a mass shooter from shooting up folks, that expediting, you go and shoot a bunch of people, basically expediting your execution if you're not already killed, okay? You know what I'm saying? So if you're not killed after shooting up a bunch of folks and killing a bunch of folks, he basically signed some law to where it would expedite the process of executing you, okay? The state of Texas. So I guess that's supposed to be a way to help curve these devils. That would have made no difference to this demon that went and shot up all these folks in Odessa. They killed him. So how is this going to help anything? You get what I'm saying, folks? But like I said, this is Texas. This is Texas. This is where I'm from. This is my state. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I moved back here. Yeah, the cost of living is a little bit cheaper. Yeah, you may have more space. Yeah. People may be friendlier. Not all. But this is the nonsense that goes with it. Of course, with the racism, the white supremacy, I mean, all of that, these conservatives and whatnot, this is This is what happens, and that is no meaning that these liberals ain't racist either, because they all are, in my opinion. Okay, but this is just a reminder: who is running things around here? This is it. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to speak on that. Let that be known. And guys, let me know what you think. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Hey guys, it's Nicole here, and I thank you for your viewership. Now, do you have a business of some sort? Do you have a clothing line, a shoe line, hair line, books, music, movies, heck, your own YouTube channel you want to promote? Well, let me know. Email me at NicoleLewisForChange@gmail.com, where I offer a low monthly fee for you to run your ad on my pre-recorded videos. Also, do you just love what I do and want to show your support? Well, support me on Patreon, PayPal, Venmo, Google Pay, Cash App, basically any and everywhere. So show your support for the new Black media and all of our endeavors. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in the next video.